Okay, here we're gonna start today at Caesars. You can see Caesars in the background. Brand new beach bar. So it's literally on the beach. They just finished this. It opened maybe a week, 2 weeks ago. You can see they have palm trees, little cabanas. And if I pan this way, the beach is actually pretty crowded over in this section. I'll do a little pan. There's like a decent amount of people on the beach. There's the ACPD over there. And so my plan today, they're actually doing a free concert, I believe, down at Boardwalk Hall, which is right over there. But that's not going to be the subject of the video today. I'm basically going to just be walking onto the boardwalk, through Caesars Casino, and then onto the street, Pacific Ave, and then down the street a little bit. So you guys can see the contrast between the boardwalk, the casinos, and the main strip, like the actual street here in Atlantic City. So as for, let's try not to get these kids in the shot, but this was part of their $430 million they put into their casinos in the last couple years. Caesars Entertainment, which owns the Tropicana, Harrah's, Caesars, and maybe one other casino, but there's not like a specific number of how much it costs to put the beach bar in, but I think if you look it up, it's estimated around like 4 to 5 million, which I'm not seeing where the money went, but maybe to permits. It's not as glorious as I thought it was going to be completely honest, but we are going to go up here and then onto the boardwalk. But this is Caesars Pier Mall, which is almost 100% closed. I think there's 2 stores left in the whole mall. Go up this way. So what I was trying to show today was just like the difference between what it looks like casino level, where all the casinos sit here on the boardwalk, right on the beach, and then when you get a block back, or to the very first street back, which is Pacific Ave, and just the difference between this and that. So it's a lot more crowded than I thought it was going to be. I literally had to drive around for like 15 minutes just to find parking. But as you can see, the boardwalk is actually pretty crowded. Oh, okay, before I go into the Caesars, I wanted to show something and point this out. But let's cruise the boardwalk here for like a block and then we'll go in. So as for these front stores here, It's Sugar has been there ever since the mall was all open, and it's just remained there open. And then this place is pretty new. I'm not sure if that's even open or not, but let's see what we're doing here. I wanted to point out the architecture here that's above the hook. So they have a Broadway style show called The Hook that runs like 3 or 4 days a week, every week. I think it's closing down at the end of the year, but you want to see the architecture just above the hook that was built here in the 1920s. So how are you? All right, so see this right here, this facade all above here. So there used to be a theater back here in the 1920s. And when they actually built these casinos, they used the footprint of what was here. And I'll point that out too as we go through the casino, that a lot of the stuff that was already here was either built into the casino and they built around it, or they just like added on to what was already there. It's kind of a crazy looking thing. So they're saying it's a replica of Roman architecture. It's a 1929 movie palace. You're preserved from the historic Warner Theater, which hosted the Miss America pageant back in the 1945. So pretty cool. All that right there is original. Warner Theater classic. So I don't like walking into the sun, but just to get back to Caesars and enter the casino, that's what we're gonna have to do here. So technically what I'm in front of here is part of Caesars, but this was originally the Wild West Casino, which was part of Ballys when they built it. Like in the early 2000s, I guess. So a lot of the Caesars properties, I think all of them, have some type of Gordon Ramsay restaurant. So this has Hell's Kitchen, and they also have the Gordon Ramsay pub. So this archway here is what connected Caesars to the Caesars Mall, or the shops at Caesars. And I think it's still open somewhat. Here we go, Caesars. So my purpose in doing this is to just create these like unfiltered, almost unedited, raw looks at Atlantic City here in the summer season when the boardwalk's crowded. You know, you get a lot of content about Atlantic City when it's dead in the off season, but to show it when it's like turned on, pretty cool. Let's just go up the escalator, yeah. But look at this. Look at how cool that looks. I don't think I'm gonna maybe have to go on the casino floor, but if I do, they might tell me to cut the camera, but I'll just start recording again when I'm able to. So, look at this. I don't know. Let's just go this way. As you can see, this casino is pretty packed. I mean, there's literally people everywhere. So they did put in like an immense amount of new slots in the last year. Like, I don't know how many, but a ton. We're gonna go this way, actually. So we got the Caesars fountains all through here. People throw change in here, I guess, to make wishes. All right, so check this out. Look at that. Look at that artwork. Everything was done so intricately when they first built this place, and they have kept up with it pretty good. Like, they've been pouring money into this place in the last couple years. Like, this entire section that we're about to get into has been redone, basically. This is Gordon Ramsay's pub here. I have eaten here before a couple times. It's not bad. But just like, look at how luxurious this looks. With the fake sky. Wow. This is so freaking prestigious. Like, we're talking, this thing right here is gotta be 40 feet tall. Look at this. Caesar Augustus. Massive sculpture. They do have a little squad over here to the side. This is one of the main features here, but it's just so crazy when I show you guys what we're about to get to in a little bit when we hit the street. How it can go from this, right, to what we're about to see. This place here that sells coffee and paninis and stuff, we've eaten here before, me and my wife, a couple different times. It's really good. Like, look at this variety. You can get like any pastry here, cakes. This is making me hungry though, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh, look at the ice cream selection. This is next level. Wow. That is crazy. So check this out. This is absolutely gnarly. So you can see above the front desk here, all these windows, right? So this used to be an outside courtyard to the Howard Johnson Motor Lodge. And back in the day, right, in 1979, when the Caesars bought the pre-existing hotel, they just put a massive roof over the hotel's outdoor courtyard and turned it into this indoor atrium. So this was like the outside of a motel turned into the inside of Caesars. Let's go see. Cool little fun fact there, I thought. So like all of these windows here are actually hotel rooms, I believe, and so like your view is looking down into the Caesars inside. So like if you book a hotel in this general area, you're not gonna have a window that looks outside, you're gonna have a window that looks into here, which to me is kind of gnarly. Not necessarily something I would want if I was staying here. Look at this though. Wow! Madness. All right, here we go. So we're gonna be exiting right onto the street here. And I'll give you guys a tour of, you go from that, and then they got the valet. So most people would just pull up in their car right into AC from somewhere else, mostly Pennsylvania, New York. People come from all over the country to go to AC, but Pennsylvania, I think, would be the most tourists that go to Atlantic City are probably from Pennsylvania. And this is crazy. I could usually just park anywhere I want in this section here. Like, if I come here in the wintertime, there is not a single person parked on this street or the other street right now because they're doing a free concert. The summer concert series, I think it's free. That this is absolutely packed up. You can't even get a spot on the street. And there's just people filling up this whole lot too as well. So, pretty crazy. Look at this. Caesars front entrance. Wow. There's the guy on his chariot. What is there, 4 horses here? These things are big too. Like, this is double the size of a regular horse. These are well over, like, probably 8 feet tall, maybe more than that. I'm 6 feet around, like 5'11". So, pretty tall. All right, let's walk the strip down here. So this would have been the parking garage. Do you guys want to see that actually? That might be worth seeing. Let's see. Yeah, let's go over here. So where this parking lot is was where Trump Plaza used to sit until they demolished it in 2021. Boardwalk Hall, that's where the concert is, I believe. Or potentially on the beach, one or the other. And then this was a fountain that was just here outside. Look at the decay of the fountain though. So we're outside of the parking garage of what used to be for Trump Plaza Casino. And I always find this to be so crazy because just when they demolished the other tower, the casino tower, they left a lot of stuff intact. Like there's a shopping bag up there. Do you guys see that? What does it say on it? I gotta zoom in. Oh, that's just like an advertisement. I don't know what that is. The decaying ruins of the old Trump Plaza. Like you can see that there's still planters in there. And what is that, like a little bush in the planter? It's so crazy. How they planted these trees specifically to make it like kind of like a city center. All right, let's walk on the main strip here. This used to be a cash for gold place, I think. Psychic Visions, cash for gold, and then something else. I don't know, maybe there's still apartments above it, but the businesses did not last in this environment. So if you want to break it down here, you know, you have the boardwalk, which is the main event, all the way past that white building, right? And so I walked all the way through the casino to get to where I am now. And you don't have to even go on the street at all if you visit Atlantic City, right? This is the parking garage. And these people are walking from where they park their cars into the casino, like into the lobby area, and that leads directly to the casino. So, pretty cool. So this would be Pacific Ave. I guess some people go out and get picked up right here on the main street. If you will, though, if you had anything else in the United States to compare this to, this would be technically the Vegas Strip right here for Atlantic City. Like the Atlantic City Strip would be this road. I guess we should attempt to walk through the Ballys Casino, Wild West. So, this was originally Ballys Wild West Casino, the outside entrance. So there was a lot more going on back when they opened this on this main strip here. Obviously the casino past Caesars was still there, and it was just a more of a jump in place, a pop in place. But now it's just kind of a little bit dismal. Like you can see they haven't even changed the light bulbs in West or the C. But we'll just creep through here and then it takes you back out to the other side. And you can see how they did the landscaping in here. There's those specific trees. to make it really cool, and they have all these fake cactuses, and this whole mountain area was built to look a certain way. And before, there was just an active, really nice fountain in here as well as on the inside. And then now these are just exit only doors right here, so you can't actually get into the casino. But here's what blows my mind the most about Atlantic City. Like, we're talking like we're inches from being inside of one of these $100 million casinos, and right here on the ground, just to point it out right there, there's a Syringe. You know, I'm showing the good, the bad, the nice, beautiful beach with the beach bars, to something a little more darker just a few blocks away. So I'm not making this video to point out anything specifically, other than to just show exactly what I'm seeing right now with you guys as I walk. Look at that. The opulent luxury that they thought this was. So we're just cruising. This was the Ballys parking garage right here. And then we got Ballys entrance over here. Because I think Ballys is widely considered the least successful casino on the boardwalk, it might be worthy of a full video in itself. So I don't think I'm going to get into the Ballys much here in this video specifically, but I've wanted to do a full video on Ballys, and so you can see there's been a huge changeover in recent years to actually not having these doors available for entry. So this is like just an area where you can't even get into the casino, and it's literally made just for advertising at this point. They're not using it for anything at all. So they built this massive elaborate entranceway, and today, right now in 2026, you can't actually even enter the casino from the main road, which is pretty crazy. I will say that's gnarly. We got the jitney. It's almost like a bus. I know not everywhere has jitneys, but they'll just pick you up and take you anywhere within the city limits on this main road here. Still people cruising. Just cruising along. We got the hospital here across the street. So this is Atlantic Care, part of it. Alright, we're trying to get to the other side of here. I think I can cross right here, yeah. So this would be the Claridge, which is definitely still connected to Ballys. I don't know if it's part of it, but it's connected for sure. What always kind of blows my mind is that they charge for parking in the casinos, when if they just had like free parking for people to a limit, like, you know, you couldn't stay there for a week or whatever, that maybe people would come there and then spend money in the casino if they had a free parking setup. Another thing that has happened in the recent years is like just a massive amount of dispensaries have opened up. And here's one of them right here, High Rollers. And then directly across the street is Marvin Garden Dispensary. So it's pretty gnarly. It's pretty heavy. So last time I pretty much walked from one end of the boardwalk to the other end of the boardwalk, but this time I felt like it would be a cool change up to go on the street from the boardwalk to the street. So that's what we're doing. Oh, I thought they were beeping at me. They were just beeping at that lady. This is an interesting, another little fun fact. See this place? This used to be like a Rite Aid. Whoa, look, it's the state police helicopter. What are they doing? Do they just fly that around for no reason? I feel like no. That's not normal, is it? I don't know. Maybe it is. What a job. So this was like a Rite Aid or an Eckert or something like that, CVS type of store. And these were jewelry stores. And they used to sell the fakest, most ridiculous fake IDs in this store right here. And we all had one. We got them, like a bunch of us. And to be honest, they actually worked in certain places. Like I remember using it at like 5 different places in Pennsylvania. Because it was like I don't know, it was like just completely ridiculous looking. But that happened. I guess they went out of business. They probably got raided or something eventually. Because what a ridiculous place. I do hear a lot of sirens right now. And potentially something is going on. I don't know, that's like just an ambulance. I might actually take a turn here if I can and show you guys. I don't know, it might take too long to really get across the street. But this is part of the Stockton University. I think this is their library. This building, which is just really freaking cool. And maybe they have classes in there. I know that that back section was added. We have the Love Toys building. And then, let me cross across here actually. Because I want to check out the Madison Hotel. Actually, let's go down this way just a little bit and then we'll turn back around. So you can see how gnarly it is right along this main strip right here. And I believe when they put these little X's on the buildings, that means it's like not safe to enter. Basically, like if there's a fire or anything, just don't bother entering because it ain't worth it. There's a cat back there. Hey, look at this. Wow, it smells like just straight up poop. Hello, kitty. Aww. Don't play. Somebody just pooped right. There's like just shit right here all on the ground. But there's like, how it can go from that to this is mind-blowing. But yeah, don't play. I love black cats. I'm thinking this is kind of gnarly right here. And maybe I should go back this way. What's really crazy too is I saw this in like the press or like a newspaper, that there is a like penthouse suite up on the top of this building, right? That's just super luxury. Extremely luxurious. And there's like an indoor pool and stuff inside of there. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it was for sale. So there's like crazy, I guess that's what these garages are for. Crazy luxurious buildings mixed into just like super gnarly situations. Like we're talking super heavy duty, expensive penthouse up on the top of there, and then people are just pooping on the ground below. So this is the Madison Hotel. And I don't know exactly the year that this closed, but it's been completely abandoned for about 8 years minimum, if not way more than that. And this was like the style of hotels that they used to have back in the day. What's up with this seagull? Looks different than the normal seagulls around here. Oh, are you okay? Oh, because they're babies. Oh, someone gave them water. So you got to think about it. I think this is like 14 stories. 14 stories just of abandonment. Really, really crazy. Once we come around here, we'll be able to see the front of the building. Look at all this. Somebody like just gutted out all the scrap they could get out of that. Everything got taken out of there. All the cords, everything. This guy's passing here with his stroller, so I don't really want to film him. So that's the Claridge Ballys where we came from. And then this would have been the Madison Hotel, but look how it looks from the front. It just looks so crazy. Really just gnarly. We're talking like that's the boardwalk right there. You can see it. So they had to put like super heavy duty bars on the door because people were just coming into here and throwing bricks through the windows and stuff like that. Well, I can hear the sewage running underneath the city, or whatever that is. So the street that I'm walking on right now is Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, MLK. I believe it did have a different name, and then they renamed it, if I'm not wrong. But we're just cruising. I'm just showing you guys the sights. I hope that this isn't boring to people. I really just wanted to show like a real view of it. So I'm parked in this lot right here. I didn't pay. So this is how cool this is. Like the people around here, as far as I could tell, for me personally, are so polite, so nice. Like I was pulling into here, parked, got out of my car, had my camera and stuff ready because I was about to go on the beach. And there was a bunch of motorcycles parked right here. They all came up, got on their bikes. And as I was walking by, the guy came up to me and gave me the ticket and said, here you go. Like it was $10. We didn't even use it. We were only here for a couple minutes. So I was able to put that ticket in my rearview mirror and I got free parking. I'm parked right here. This is my truck. I'm going to take a second break and then we're going to go back on the boardwalk right here and check it out. I had to get a juice box. Like it gets hot out here. The breeze of the ocean breeze does bring the temperature down about 10 degrees from here to the offshore, but it's still really hot. I wonder what burned up right here. This looks like such a crazy situation. A car, maybe. And then they have a bottle of Patron on top of it. If anybody knows what happened here in this lot here on MLK, leave it in the comments. So that's pretty crazy looking. There was some boardwalk performers when I came up here before, but they were just ending their act and I didn't get the footage. But hopefully they came back. They were about 2 blocks down. We'll see. So this is pretty busy here. Let's see, we'll cross here. Go this way. So this was Peanut World right here. If you guys have been watching my channel, I have this epic video when they had a fire here last year, so they threw out a lot of stuff. Like in the winter they were cleaning it out and they threw out like thousands of Peanut World peanut bags, and I just grabbed a whole bunch out of the trash, like thousands of them. Wow, look at this. It's hard for me to see if the people are performing down here. Let's see, we'll walk down. It looks like there is a crowd forming. That will be the last thing that we'll see here today, is the boardwalk performers, if they're there. Hopefully they are. I don't see them, actually. Let's see. No, I think that they're not there. No, they're not there. They do like a really cool gymnastics type live performance. Let's see, maybe they're hanging out down here though. It's not looking good. Nah, they're not here. Oh yeah, you can feel like the energy so much more like upbeat, exciting up here on the boardwalk. Just like positive vibes. And then it gets a lot more dark when you get down into the street level, for sure. There's no doubt about that at all. There was a crazy video I saw that maybe it happened like literally yesterday, where one of these guys on the ATV, the police officers, rode into the trolley. See what we're doing here. I'm gonna actually go up here onto this little walkover, show you guys the beach here. It's pretty crowded though, I'm not gonna lie. Like there's a lot of people here. He's talking about what happened. One ATV hit the other ATV and it rode into one of these trolleys. That was like yesterday, I think. This is the entrance to the beach bar, but it's a good place to see a view of the whole beach. See the boardwalk too. They're doing some kind of giveaway over there. I see some type of tent. This is it right here. So this is Ballys Beach Bar. Ballys Beach Bar. So where I started was actually on the other side of this pier. And I'm ending here. A lot of people on the beach. Look at that. So it is Sunday, July 12th. And it's about 6 o'clock. So I started filming this video around 5. A little before 5. Alright, so that's the grand tour for today. I'm trying to think of new and different things that I could do that are similar to this. I guess the term is unfiltered reality. So it's similar to a live stream in that it's like uncut, raw, unedited, but it's not like streamed. It's just filmed, put together, and then posted. This is one of the dudes here that gave me the parking ticket here. That guy's crew hooked me up. Gave me the $10 free parking. So yeah, if you guys enjoy these types of videos and this is your first time on the channel, definitely subscribe because I'm going to be doing more for sure. This is only my second one that I've ever done like this, and both of them are here in Atlantic City. It just seems like AC has all the searches, like people are searching it and it's being recommended to so many people that the last video did so well, I figured come out, do another one. I do think something did happen on the beach though, because as I was walking down the street right here, this lady asked me if the beach was open or if it was still closed. And in my head I'm thinking, why would the beach be closed? But maybe something happened. I don't know. Either way, peace out everybody. That's going to be the end of the video today, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Ladies and gentlemen,